Listen, some women will tell you you're the best thing that's ever happened to them, then treat you like you're nothing when the show's over. This isn't rare, it's a pattern. And if you don't spot it early, you'll waste months, maybe years, trying to fix what was never real in the first place. I've seen it play out too many times. A friend swore he'd found his soulmate. The girl who texted him goodnight every day, told him he was different, promised forever. 6 months later, he was blocked, erased, like he never even existed, and he couldn't figure out why. The answer is simple. He didn't see the signs. That's what this video is about. Not hating women, not blaming men, but exposing the patterns that toxic women use over and over again. Because once you see them, you can't unsee them. And that's your way out. Let's break it down. 1, the "you're the only one" routine. Every man wants to believe he's special. When she looks you in the eye and whispers, "I've never met anyone like you," your heart swells, you think you're chosen, but pause. How many guys before you heard the exact same line? The truth is, people often say these things because they're caught in the heat of the moment. It feels true right then. But emotions aren't contracts. They're fireworks, loud, bright, then gone. Real proof doesn't live in what someone says when they're excited. It shows up in boring places. Who sticks around when you're sick? Who supports you when you fail? Who remembers the small stuff when life isn't Instagram pretty? If all you get are repeated declarations with no steady actions, you're not the only one. You're just the next one in rotation. 2, the safety trap. When she says, "You make me feel safe," you feel proud. You think you've become the protector she always wanted. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes safe is code for predictable and boring. Safe means she can push limits, test your patience, even disrespect you, and you'll still be there. It's not always a compliment. It can mean she's filing you away as the backup plan while secretly keeping her eyes open for the man who excites her, the one she feels nervous around. You see, safety without respect becomes weakness in her eyes. A healthy woman will appreciate stability and show loyalty back. A toxic one will use your safety as a leash, knowing you won't walk away. 3, over-explaining the past. Pay attention when she talks about her ex. If she says, "He meant nothing to me," with fire in her eyes, that's not closure, that's cover-up. People who have truly moved on can speak calmly about their past. "It was good until it wasn't. We went separate ways." Simple. But when she avoids, rewrites, or explodes every time the past comes up, it's because that past still has power over her. Many men fall for the idea that her history is erased, that he's the first real thing in her life. But if the past didn't matter, why hide it? Why twist it? Sometimes the guy she says was nothing is still the man who could make her drop everything if he called today. That's not paranoia. That's reality you can't ignore. 4, loyalty as an insistence. The moment she starts saying, "I'm not like other girls, you can trust me," without you even asking, your alarm bells should ring. Real trust is quiet. It's built in small, unnoticed choices. Someone who's actually loyal doesn't need to keep repeating it. Think of it like honesty. A truly honest person doesn't walk into a room and announce, "I don't steal wallets." The very fact they're over-explaining is suspicious. Often, the loudest voices promising loyalty are the ones already preparing excuses for when they break it. You don't need words, you need consistent behavior. If she keeps insisting, she's trying to sell you something she doesn't naturally have. 5, the love bomb factory. She showers you with compliments, floods you with affection, overwhelms you with gifts and promises. At first, you feel like you've found heaven, but love bombing is a trap. It's designed to hook you fast before you can think. Later, when the mask slips, the affection turns into a bargaining chip. You'll notice the pattern. Affection comes right after you forgive her mistake, buy her something, or cave to her demands. This isn't love. It's training, like a dog waiting for a treat after a trick. And here's the cruelest part. When you start expecting that intensity, she pulls back. Suddenly you're chasing the high, wondering what you did wrong. But it wasn't you. It was never real in the first place. 6, drama addiction. Some women don't feel alive unless there's chaos. They pick fights over nothing, create jealousy scenarios, or stir tension just to feel that spike of emotion. If your relationship feels like a roller coaster, high one moment, ice cold the next, you might mistake it for passion. But passion doesn't require pain. Real connection feels steady, warm, secure. Toxic drama feels like a storm you can't escape. The dangerous part is how addictive it becomes. After every fight comes an intense reconciliation. The hugs, the tears, the make-up intimacy. And you confuse that rush with love. But it's not love. It's dependency on her mood swings. She becomes your weather, and you're stuck checking the forecast every morning. 7, emotional currency, rewards and penalties. Watch closely when affection is tied to conditions. Does she love you more when you're silent, when you don't question, when you bend? And does that love vanish the moment you stand firm or disagree? That's not partnership, that's manipulation. Healthy couples fight, argue, and still love each other afterward. But in toxic setups, affection is a tool to control behavior. She'll withhold when you resist and flood you with warmth when you comply. You're not her man anymore. You're her trained pet, living for the next reward. And the scariest part, most men don't even see it happening until they've given away their backbone. 8, public versus private inconsistency. Ever notice how she seems perfect in front of friends and family, but completely different when it's just the two of you? That split personality is a sign of danger. If she's all charm in public but cold or hostile in private, you're dating a performer, not a partner. Real character doesn't switch on and off depending on the audience. Pay attention to the private version. That's the real her. If she hides her phone like it's state secrets, if her stories don't line up, if she changes colors depending on who's watching, you're not building a life with her, you're living in a show, and shows always end. 9, performance of love. Some women treat love like a stage act. The endless I love yous, the dramatic tears, the promises of forever, they're not for you, they're for her. She's performing, convincing herself she's capable of deep love by saying it out loud. But when the act ends, so does the affection. Real love doesn't need scripts. It shows up when she's tired, when you're broke, when things aren't exciting. If she only plays the role when the lights are bright, you're not her partner. You're just her prop in a performance she's putting on for herself. 10, the seasonal partner. Here's the harsh truth. Some women treat relationships like TV series. Season 1, she's obsessed. Can't get enough. By season 3, she's bored. By season 4, she's already streaming another show. You're just the content until she finds something fresher. And the scary thing is, you can't outperform that cycle. No matter how much you give, the novelty fades. That's why you have to ask yourself, do you want to be someone's temporary high or someone's forever? The difference is simple. A stable woman builds slowly, invests daily, and stays when things get boring. A toxic one leaves the moment the episode feels repetitive. Don't confuse intensity with loyalty. One burns hot and dies quick. The other glows steady and lasts a lifetime. Here's the truth you need to hold on to. Toxic women don't destroy men because they're smarter. They do it because men ignore the patterns. We want to believe the words. We want to believe the fantasy. But words don't pay rent in a relationship. Actions do. If you notice yourself constantly making excuses, constantly waiting for the good version of her to come back, constantly second-guessing your own gut, that's not love. That's survival inside someone else's drama. And the longer you stay, the harder it gets to leave. So ask yourself, do you want to be someone's temporary high or someone's forever? A steady, loyal partner doesn't need chaos to feel alive. She doesn't need to test you or trap you with words. She chooses you quietly, consistently, even on the boring Tuesday nights. That's the kind of woman worth your time. Don't confuse attention with affection. Don't confuse drama with passion, and never confuse words with truth. If you see the signs we talked about today, don't stick around hoping she'll change. Respect yourself enough to walk away, because when you choose peace over chaos, you don't just save your heart, you save your future.